Match analysis. Science or art? You be the judge. Stay tuned because in this video we'll show you one way we do match analysis that is guaranteed to improve your game. Squash XL Pro is an elite team that work hard to train, play and run squash events on our journey to climb the world rankings. Like, subscribe, comment, pick up some of our merch on Teespring. Alright, so teams, you're going to kick off, bro.
Yeah.
What's your
This was a very good match for me to analyse because I found out like quite a bit about Louis and his game.
Yep.
Yeah. Louis was quite loose in this game compared to the Chris Gordon match. Is his name, mate? Chris Gordon?
Yep.
Pretty sure it's tight. I haven't seen that, but I remember watching it live. And you can tell this was from a while ago because you are a little bit loose.
Yep.
But I've got a few easy fixes, a few long-term fixes, and I just had some good, I think you did well, / good tactics, like in this match, in this particular match. So it's just an overview, and I'll go into detail with the points.
Yep.
But easy fixes were your straight volley length and your / short, so length and short off the volley. From mid-court, drive going behind the service box. So sometimes you would volley drop from behind the service box.
Because of his adrenaline playing a higher ranked player, he flaps a bit, and I think a bit like you against Chi-Him, you know, because of the intensity and the flapping, you kind of gas yourself out.
Yeah, he gassed out.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that he can't go for as long as that match, but literally after 35 minutes he's gone, isn't he?
But he had 2 5-setters that tournament.
Yeah, true. Yep.
Yeah. So I said his volley, so length and volley drop from when he's going back, because when he does it well, he puts a lot of pressure on Evan.
Yeah.
And I said 50% of the time he did it well, and 50% he didn't. That's why I put it an easy fix and not long-term fix.
Yep.
But he won a lot of the points by taking volleys from behind, even though he wasn't going in front, he may have going behind.
Yep.
And I think if he had let it go, then he would have lost the pressure that he was putting on Evan.
Yep.
But because he took it a lot of the time, and when he did it well, he would just put heaps of pressure on Evan. And then 2 long-term fixes. The first one was the straight volley. Oh, you get this going as well. So when you take it behind you off a straight volley, I actually thought it was good because it meant you could keep the pressure on it. So when you do a good length and you're trying to flick across court, even though it was high, you take it from behind you, but you couldn't take it in front. It was still good. But sometimes you clip the sideball and then you put yourself under pressure. But when you did it well, I think 50% of the time you did it well, and you just keep the pressure on. So, this was something I think you should add to your game. Is like you need a better fading low drive. It's like second down on the back of the wall, because your mid-court game was like real good in this match.
The thing is, you hit a ball and you think, oh no, that's not good enough. But it doesn't matter, because you get back into a nice position and you cover it. And I think the other guys can learn from it. They can learn if they get the right rhythm of movement that the shot quality doesn't have to be that good. Which is not to say you don't try to hit it good, but it just takes the pressure off. It means you just play the shot, and you know, unlike Joel, if you hit a bad one, you don't worry. You just hunt the next one, and because your rhythm was so good, you hit a lot of very, very good ones. Don't get me wrong, but when you didn't hit it good, you still got it. You still covered it.
Yeah, shocking start, but it was mostly nerve.
Yeah.
And I call this a nothing volley, because in the shot, in this rally, sorry. I was swinging from the backhand, and you just hit a shot. It's like a volley drop, and the second bounces in the service box, and he's behind you. That's an all good shot, though. That's an all good shot. I just called it a nothing shot, because I think you either should go lower for a hard kill or play length. I don't think you should hit it. Yeah, but it's line volley that can't go in the middle. Yeah, but I don't think it's low enough for the 6 corner. That was just my interpretation, but I might be wrong. What do you think? What do you other two think?
I think it's a failed effort at a 6 corner volley drop, and it's a complete fail. To be honest with you, I think the big error in that one is he kind of reaches for the ball, and because he had that shut forehand at the time, and then he reaches, so it was never going to go up.
Yeah.
The shot after that.
8-4 was another poor volley drop that was in the middle of the course. This was my other example of it.
8-4, watching it now, yep.
I'm not sure if he lost the point off it, but yeah, he did. So that was another one. So it just wasn't short enough for a volley drop, and it wasn't hard enough for a 6 point.
Yeah, but the problem there is, and I picked this up on my analysis, is watch his movement after he plays the shot. Okay, so go back to if you watch him, he plays the shot. This is at 7:12 on my video, and then he actually goes left, and then do you know what I mean? He doesn't stay neutral. He actually makes a bad movement.
Like, he does it a lot, like, he overgets it, and then
Yeah.
his movement, there's one way it looks like he's flapping more than he needs to flap.
Yeah, I mean, I picked that as one of my things that is maybe a long fix, where when he flaps, it's invariably because he's trying to pick things, and he should just trust his movement and take a neutral-ish position. Obviously, by neutral, I don't mean Joel neutral as in always deep. I mean neutral as in the centre of the court for the ball. And I think you get caught out, and that's what sends you flapping, is when you start you think you're vulnerable and you try and overcompensate. If you watch on the XL YouTube, right, and you play the volley drop, and you clear the ball, and then at 7:12, right, at 7:12, you don't properly split step, you lean left, but the ball goes and that's left of left, so you actually lean towards the left service box. And
Is that because you're hunting a volley though?
if you slow it down, if you freeze it at 7:12.
There's another one at like 8:12 on the YouTube video timing. It's literally like identical.
Yeah, exactly. You do it about half a dozen times in this match, where you take what I call a death position, where you actually try and anticipate, but you move into a position where it's almost impossible to cover the ball. I'll talk about one later on. Generally, your movement's really, really good, so it's not a criticism of your movement.
Lily was down 6 love.
Yeah.
And then came back to 4-6, so you did 4 very good points. And then I think when you're coming on a comeback, the last thing you want to do is a dumb decision and a poor error. And you did a stupid Chileshe bunch.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, then you had long rallies, and you'll get them flustered once you're getting to 4-6. And I think the difference between 5-6 and 7-4 is huge.
Yeah.
And you have an absolute shocker. You have an absolute mare.
Yeah, I said brain fart, leisure centre boast. That particular point, he does the same thing. If you look at 1933 on the video, he moves left when the ball goes right, and then he steps into a death position. If you go back, is it 1933? It's exactly on.
Oh, yeah.
1931 or 2. You see, you do a split step that actually sends you to the left behind Evan. Whereas you should have moved out. You should have moved onto his right shoulder, but you got stuck behind him, and there's no benefit being there because you can't see anything. You can't get to the front, and you can't. All you're covering is the straight drive, but you're giving up everything else. And you don't normally do that. You normally get on the shoulder. In the game, you hit a lot of cross-court lobs to his backhand, but they just weren't high enough. I mean, and your trajectory was just too flat the whole match, except for a couple. Like mentally, I think you're quite composed in this match. Like you don't panic or whatever. But I think it's halfway to where you are now, because I think there's a lot of times where you get frustrated. Whereas now, and you're not showing solutions. Whereas now, I think you point more and all that kind of stuff. So I think this is where an example of where you are halfway to where you want to be mentally. And what Tim said is true. There's a lot of really bad body language when you got tired. I know you ripped the lads yesterday. I know you ripped teams 2 days ago, but your body language in this game is a shocker. The reason why your short stuff and all your shots work is because you take the ball early and you cover well, but there's almost zero deception in this match. But you get away with it, you know. Well, you guys tell me off if I'm wrong, but it's true, isn't it?
It's the way you said it.
Similar to Tingwa, I think there's a couple of situations where you're dominant and you've got a forehand volley and you overhit it. So I think if you can learn how to hit a fading forehand volley and sometimes off the ground as well, you'll put more pressure on your opponent because you've created the space, but the shutout fails because you overhit it. I think in that fourth he does a lot of short on short, and it's just you don't do short on short when you're tired. I mean, that's tapping out. So yeah, so you know, yeah. So I said yeah, 4-8 loses short on short rally, lad is tapping out. I mean that's what it is, right? You really step up and control the pace in this rally, and you're in front of him, and you put the pressure on. At least that's what I felt when I watched it. No doubt I'll change my mind, but.
Look at that pickup from the counter. Look at that pickup from the drops as well.
I mean, you're quick onto the ball. Look how early you're taking it. I mean, that's really, really good squash. That's exactly how you want to play. So you want to bottle that, you know? You're so quick onto that counter at the front right. The start of the rally is 24-10. This is a very good rally. And you also do a teams and complain about the pickup, but unlike teams you keep playing. Unlike teams you keep playing instead of cooking it.
Yeah, why do I always complain about something? Oh, people that back, that's a scandal. That's like Joel's double, mate. Very close, but double.
Yeah, but if you go back to that, part of the problem too is when you hit that post, you fall backwards as you hit it. So it actually puts you under pressure to cover the next ball. You'd be better to stay in it and just straight lob. What's the next one, Joel?
32-35, you make an error, then a minute later you make another error after you overthought the shot.
You're too close to that one, yeah. That's the end of that game. So 36-25, yeah, serving at 4-2, okay.
That's a shot. I was just a bit flat-footed there, wasn't I? A bit static. I didn't get in position quick enough.
Now, 3-4.
Look at my right leg after playing that volley. It's all the way like on the tee.
Anyway, Lwamba, what do you got?
So, yeah, so I'm kind of on your right track. I'm kind of disagreeing a bit with Joel. So I think it was a good match, but I think there was definitely some faults. I think definitely for the time for the match, it was probably the best I've played, most consistent I've played.
Yep.
But for the summary, I had the same problem as Timwa, where I had loose length off the back foot because I'm moving off the shot.
Yep.
Not staying with the ball.
Yep.
And I don't think Kristen punished me for doing that a lot. Whereas I've noticed when I'm playing other people, if I was to play someone else, like the guy I played the week before, the Henrik guy,
Yep.
I think he punished me a lot more
Yep.
with that sort of stuff. So yeah, that was my easy fix was length short. It was either short or loose.
Yep.
Especially on the forehand where I was just moving away from the ball. And then another easy fix was lobs out of the front. I think I lobbed. It was the right shot choice a lot of the time, but it wasn't good enough. And again, Chris didn't really punish me for it as much as he could.
Yep.
But a lot of them, like none of them were high. I think I got one or two which were high.
Yeah.
And I played the lob. I actually played it quite a lot, but it just wasn't good enough. So that's an easy fix I put because I think it's just practice.
Yeah.
It's definitely better. I think the number of lobs I'm playing is better, but just the quality's not there.
There are lots of ways to do match analysis, and we have other styles that we use. The objective of this particular format is to give the player a roadmap for a training block. You can see that we use a spreadsheet to analyse each point, add further comments to each point, and then summarise the key insights at the top of the sheet. You'll note in this video we don't talk fitness. The physical focus for the block was already determined. You may wish to cover fitness more in your analysis. The good thing about this is that we have 4 minds working on this, not one. We also have a firm belief that an athlete-led approach is more effective than a coach-led approach. The sheets are sent to the player and they collate, reduce, and use to update their specific training plan. If you like this concept, leave a comment or contact us to discuss. Enjoy your squash, we sure do.